Yo, what's going on YouTube? It is Jay here, aka Mojo Autographs. Hope you guys are all doing well. Figure I'd do a card video and I do like an autograph IP related video. Today's video is pretty opening, especially with how far I've come in my life. I've been thinking about this and it's kind of like why I was ashamed of autographing. And I know this happens a lot in the community with a lot of high school people. And I'm going to give you my firsthand experience on how I hid my autographing, what it was like, and what it is today. Honestly, not ashamed of it anymore. I entered this hobby in 2010. I was a sophomore in high school. I was playing football at the time, and I remember finding autographs through like cards. The Bryce Harper Bowman. I always tell that to people. That was the first time I ever opened cards, and I didn't even know who Bryce Harper was. I was like, who the hell is this guy? Like, never heard of him before. And I guess his card was fetching for a pretty penny, so I was like, oh, that's kind of cool, you know? And I thought it was cool to organize cards and put them in top loaders at Target without the sleeves. And from then on, I was addicted. I was like, man, this is so cool. And then I started TTMing. I started doing YouTube videos in this room. I remember my first YouTube videos. I still have them on my computer. They're not on YouTube anymore, but I thought it was so cool that people actually collected autographs like me. I thought that was like, whoa, I thought I'd be like, kind of weird to do that. And I always thought autographing was like, I thought the idea of an autograph was always stupid. Like when I was growing up, I was like, oh, why would someone care to get someone's autograph? I don't understand why these people, all these little kids, want to get autographs. And it's because the way I was raised, that wasn't my interest. I'd rather play the sports than chase them, I guess you could say. And I just didn't have enough time. And the sophomore year, you know, when football season wasn't going in the spring, I was just like, let's try to get some autographs, you know. And I was addicted when I first got my first autograph. I was addicted with the TTMs. I was addicted with the box breaks and the cards. Cards are really amazing. And to me, it was my getaway from a lot of bullshit. For me, as a high school kid, I hated geometry. I failed geometry the first like semester, and then I had to retake it in the summer and do all that stuff, which pissed me off. It was because I don't know, I just didn't really like it, but I liked autographing and I liked collecting stuff, so I thought that was kind of cool. I don't blame autographs for that, but I was just thinking back on that randomly because I just like, that was like when I vividly remember collecting cards and autographs, and I started doing YouTube videos. And life was hard because my school and my education were so difficult, college prep, high school, and I needed an outlet, you know. And for me in high school, I wasn't like a big social like person as I am now. I went through growth and everything, but I just was not happy. And when I found autographs, it was like a second life for me on YouTube. But it was pretty insane. Like when I joined YouTube, I had like no subscribers. I was doing contests. I was just kind of getting to know the TTM people and the cards, and I was like, man, I got a tight knit community here. Like, and those people are like awesome to just talk to around the country. Who's talking to this kid in New Jersey, Milwaukee, New York, and Houston, and all these people. And I still talk to some of them now, and they're still amazing. I love thinking back on what it used to be YouTube, because we used to always love PMing each other on YouTube and like all the shit talk, all that. It was weird though for us. It was like an escape. We had never met. None of us met each other. We were just autograph collectors. And the community was kind of small at the time. Now it's like a lot bigger on Instagram and 101 and all these other places. But when YouTube was going, we were like little fish in a bigger pond that was going to get bigger, and then it was going to go, and then it kind of fell apart. But I think it's pretty strong now. Not IP people, but the card people. But to me, I got comfortable. I almost hit like 1,000. I was at like 1,000 subscribers, and I was like, oh my god, dude, people are gonna start finding my channel. And you know what happened? Boom, people from my high school started finding my channel, and I was fucking just, or excuse my language, but I was just so like, I was shook because I was ashamed of collecting autographs. I thought it was so weird at the time. I was like, oh my gosh, like I'm compromised. I'm found out. Like, now people are gonna make fun of me, and that's what happened. I got made fun of, and I reacted to it in bad ways. I was getting so angry, and I still did my high school gig. I had my true friends who thought it was pretty cool, whatever. But these people were so good at irritating me with it. If I would have had what I had now, like not caring anymore, like I have my own life, like people are gonna do their things. I let it get to me, and I would delete my YouTube videos. I'd make my YouTube channel unlisted. I would just be so ashamed. And then I made Autographs 101 with Mike, and that was kind of like my safe zone for a while. In 2012, we made that, and I made it secret because I didn't want anybody knowing I post in there. I want to do it myself. I was ashamed. I didn't want anybody to know what I was doing. So 101 was kind of a nice little come up. But, like, not a come up like money. I'm talking like come up like, oh, a nice safe zone for me to post things. And then I still love doing YouTube. I could not break my YouTube habit. Now I can barely get a YouTube video up because Instagram's so lit. It's to me, I look back on, I'm like, man, why didn't I just do YouTube videos like for fun, like I was doing? Like, why was I hiding it? Why did I make my videos unlisted every morning going to school? Because I didn't want people watching my YouTube videos in school. But now if they were to do it, I'd be like, man, thanks for like viewing my video. Like, that's so cool. Thanks for embracing my 1,200 subscribers, I guess. I don't know. It's not cocky, it's not ego, but at the time I was just so ashamed of collecting autographs. When people would come over, I would just want to hide all my autographs because I always thought people thought it was weird. And today, I mean, that's just how I was. And until I went to college and I stopped collecting for a while and I came back into it, I realized, like, oh, shoot, I don't have to face those people anymore. I'm my own person. I don't have those friends anymore because this is kind of to the high school kids that think this, that might be going through what I'm going through. That's what I like to talk about this because it's all about experience and nobody makes videos like this. Like, I think I'm the only one who would talk about this. But I had a rough experience collecting autographs because I was embarrassed. And it became more comfortable when I came back. I realized, oh shoot, I don't have to see those high school people anymore. I'm in college. It's independent. I'm going back to school. Not really interacting with that many people. I'm just doing my stuff. And then I moved to LA, and that was cool too. And did my YouTube channel there, a little bit less. Did more like 101 and Instagramming. But the biggest thing I learned is once I got to college, I was like, I don't care what people think. I really don't. I don't have to post, like, I keep my social media a little separate because I don't really want to post photo ops on my social media because I have an Instagram community and then a YouTube community to share those experiences. I'd rather share my life experiences if I ever do on my Instagram or whatever on my personal. So that's why I separate that if anyone was wondering. But to be honest, I got to the point in life where I was just like, you know what, this is what I'm doing, and I'm studying business and marketing, and this is kind of business and marketing, and at the same time it's my hobby. This is my escape. It's kind of like my downtime to just like look at my cards, look at my signatures, and be like, man, I remember doing this. Like, and to me, that's why I love the autographs. It's like I have a museum of my own understanding, honestly, and I love it, man. This stuff kept me out of trouble. I met so many friends around the community. I freaking love the community. I don't care what anybody says. Everybody's in it for themselves if they want to be. I am so into this autographing thing for the community aspect. I love the community. That's like that's my ish now. Like, I'm so interested in the community over myself. I don't care about selfish like things anymore. I like to give it back. I love to share my experience so that, you know what, if I don't hit maybe I don't hit your story or your experience, but if I hit one person that watches this video, then they'll get it. And I don't know, it was kind of a reflection because I make these YouTube videos because I watch them a lot. Later on, like a year later, I watched some videos from 5 years ago, and I'm like, man, dude, your boy's changed. Like, I can't believe how much I've changed since I was in high school, with how I thought about autographs and how cool I think it is and not. Like, there's no justification. If I like it, it's my hobby. Like, if you look up the definition of a hobby, like, look it up. I mean, that's your niche. That's your thing. That's your outlet. You know, hobbies keep you busy. You can't be isolated. And if you don't have friends and you collect autographs, like, I'm not saying that was my story, but I'm just saying in general, autographing is fun. You're making friends that you may never meet, but one day you could meet them if you're old enough like I am and got to travel around the United States and autograph. You meet so many people, and when you meet them, it's the coolest thing because you remember them, and you can always go to that city and be like, man, what's up, boys? Like, when I go to LA or Arizona or New York or wherever, like, I met those people at spring training, all this stuff. I got older and I got to meet these people for the first time, and just to have anybody, whenever I autograph, have people say like, oh man, are you Jay? And I'm just like, I'm kind of like, oh shoot, like, these people like know who I am, and I built a platform for them to share their experiences on and enjoy like a community. That's why when I think of 101 now, I'm just thinking like, you know, people made their money, people enjoyed their time, they had fun, they got their escape, kind of like how I did with YouTube and everything else. It's pretty amazing to look back on this, and I have no regrets. I am so happy I collected. It kept me out of trouble. I was actually more focused in school my junior year. I learned to balance things out. And then when I went to college, I took a year off autographs, and I kind of just reflected on like what was life at like without autographs. And then I was kind of like, okay, like not, I'm still kind of just like jumbling around. And then when I really came back this last time, kind of staying away from autographs in my own little respect, I never retire. I just take little breaks because I have life and I'm trying to graduate and I'm really pushing hard for school and I've been doing so much better. And with life situations going on, just been able to adapt to them. And when I come back to the hobby, I'm always fueled with the fire. I have the fire still like in my eyes, and what I want to do with the hobby, I still have that hobby mindset. I don't know. I just think the community was able. I had a good like teenage life because of the autograph community. It really framed me up. I learned a lot about autographing and experience of life, hanging around a lot of older people and making better decisions and not overreacting and just like not if someone says something mean, like I don't know, I'm different now, or if someone's just kind of like negative, I just kind of go with the mindset like I don't break bread with everyone anymore, with especially with autographing and in life. I just have to choose who I associate with that will build me up and make me positive. And that's like, I think from the community stance for that, there shouldn't be a shame or an embarrassment. You should be proud of what you're doing. If you are not, if you're kind of choosing autographs over sports and all that, like I said this in one video, choose the life first, because the autographs will always be there. And I kind of wish I realized that in high school, but I kind of balanced it out when my junior year. My sophomore year, I was kind of so into it because it was new. But I do have that balance with school and everything, so don't let autographs take over your life. But if you develop a balance, I mean, if you ever feel ashamed, just realize, like, if you hear my story, look at what I did. I hid my videos. I made 101. Like, we made 101. We did all this stuff, taking the steps. And now it's like, I don't care anymore. I'm happy to be doing what I'm doing. I'm doing my thing. I'm independent. I have school going for me. I have a life now, and I have my collection. I have the community. Like, that's the coolest parts about it. And I don't take it for granted any day. I freaking always love this. So, this video is kind of a reflection. Hopefully, if it helped you or if it related to you, maybe. But if you guys have any video suggestions, let me know. But I made this video for a couple reasons. Number one, I wanted to help the younger community because I hear this a lot and I like to give them my experience. I'm 23 and I started collecting when I was 16. So, I mean, think back on that with what this experience is pretty crazy. Number two, I wanna remember this. It's like for YouTube, it's like a journaling log for me, my progression and just like life aspects and autographing in general. What's my perspective these days? It's a lot different, and I can make a YouTube video on that. But everything's changed for me. Life is different. Life is a lot better. My autographing community, like, understanding is way far past like me getting care packages and all this other stuff. It's like so deep now, and I love the community. I can always come back to this community, and everyone's showing the love. So that's pretty much it. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If it hits you good, that's good. But if you guys have YouTube suggestions for videos, let me know. I have a couple that I might do, like what ball for each sport is the best, because I feel like that's asked a lot. I think that could help a lot of people. And some other little tip videos that I'll throw out there. So I love the community, man. Y'all are the best. This is the best thing that's ever happened to me, in terms of like growing up into where I'm at today. It's one of the better things. So love you guys, man. Community for life. All right, everybody. Peace out.